Not a lot here. Like, not a lot here. It looks like a pretty classic rip and rollover to me, and I don't think that the rollover is really playable, unfortunately, because we've pushed so far until you get down like pretty deep, and at that point you're almost looking for breakdowns because it'll show a lot of weakness. So this is a really tough spot. Does it have bearish pressure? We're just at resistance. This is big time resistance on QQQ. It's a great spot for a lower high from a bearish perspective. So like this is all kind of short covering from yesterday. And now you've come up here. And so if the bears can get you back under this supply range here on the Qs, like you start to get back under all of this, it is going to start putting a lot of pressure on. Micron bull flagging. The chips look great. And so if the chips are any indication, the markets have some strength. Software looks pretty bad. How's Meta doing? Beautiful. Just watching, guys. There really isn't anything. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but there's just not a lot here. Hymns for shares. I exited my hymns. I'm kind of over hymns. I gave it a shot. I was up a few grand on like a couple hundred shares. I didn't take my profits up there. Apple's about to green light the short on a rejection here. I don't like it as much. I think it needed to kind of go, and it didn't go. So I closed it. I removed it as well from. I closed it somewhere in here before the big flush, and I removed it. So we're right back to where I closed my position to begin with. I don't know. I mean, I gave it a shot from in here, and it didn't really go. I wasn't going to take a loss on it. It's a good spot to bounce in theory, but the overall business model. Yeah, we had CoreWeave and MU. Yeah, MU is breaking out, which is going to take the market higher. Yeah, there it is. And so they, it's going to be really tough for the bears to get any footing when MU is squeezing, $150 off the lows. Yeah, JJ. I didn't. I mean, because I thought that it had a lot of upside. It really did have a lot of upside, and then it kind of had a lot of ability to come make a higher low. But pretty gnarly sell off on him. Maybe I got shook out. I don't know, but I have Eli Lilly. I prefer Eli Lilly in the longevity space. Anyways, the chips are going. AMD is going. Micron is going. Marvell is going. Don't know how we ignored Nvidia. We didn't really necessarily ignore Nvidia. When Nvidia made its big move, I was on the QQQ. And Nvidia didn't really look great until we were basically closing out our QQQ here. And like it's kind of been sideways ever since. So I would say like right now, Nvidia is just now sort of confirming that breakout for you. That's it wasn't being ignored. It was flagging and consolidating. But this does look pretty strong. I think your target has to be previous day high. QQQ looks like it is probably going to break out towards like 685. Let's see. Do I want to take this again? That's always the question. Like, do I really want to take this again? Data centers up 30%. Are they really? So CoreWeave is the laggard? Oh my gosh. Look at this move. back to where we were on Monday. These things are so violent, guys. They're so volatile. Just be careful. Be careful. They are very volatile, very technical trades that I wanted to buy CoreWeave yesterday. I didn't. And then I looked at it this morning and wasn't annoyed I didn't buy it yesterday and wanted to pull back and didn't again. It happens sometimes. Amazon full retreat, in range. NVIDIA looked like Microsoft until this candle, to be fair. I think it has a lot of room on the pacer. It's just now really kind of confirming the move to previous day high. Look at this APLD. Dang. Look at that. That's crazy. I've got to have some stuff that's up. Let me go see what my big winners on the day are. Microsoft. Is Microsoft really leading my entire portfolio today? 14% on Microsoft. Wow. That's incredible. APLD, the despair stock. Yeah, exactly. Be weary of the dead cat bounce, guys. This is a big bounce. We're right into resistance on a lot of stuff. You made a lower low. This will be a lower high. If you caught them, that's great. Consider taking some profits on things. The most incredible move and the most sustainable move I see is this one. And like if Amazon were to do something like this and be back at like 260, this market would really, really go. Like really go. Like this market could gap really, really hard tonight if Amazon does what Microsoft did. But I kind of feel like Amazon and Apple might do the opposite. It might bring us right back down. It's going to be a big fake out. I kind of lean that way too. Yeah. I mean, this is an expected bounce. I made my post this morning. And I talked about this being an expected bounce. Today was going to bounce like tech. And it was going to be tech. Like, look at Micron, look at AMD, like, take your pick of the tech. And it bounced today. But this is kind of a big one. This is a pretty big bounce. And so just be really careful. It's all going to come down to gapping tonight. You're going to either gap up or gap down tonight. If you gap up, boom. If you gap down, it may lead into a capitulation low. And so if you gap up, you're going to squeeze a lot of shorts. I think we got a really big night ahead of us. Integris up 12% is my second. Microsoft 15% is crazy, man. Red Cat's up a nice little bit since I just bought that this morning. I should have bought CoreWeave instead. A few shares for a swing trade. What was that other one? DFNS? I know it ripped last night. Oh, get out. Oh boy, this looks spooky. I mean, it can still squeeze, but this looks like a short squeeze coming to an end. If it gets one more, it's a sell. Like this really is. We looked at this yesterday, like right here, and I said that there was almost no way it wasn't going to come up to the $60 range, and it did. Like nailed it, and then it came back and it used it as support one time and ripped. You're now trying to hold this. This is a big, big, big level on DFNS, Guppy, if you're listening. It's a great trade. I mean, holy moly. And I mean, it's worth, probably giving it a little bit of breathing room here. It's just on the off chance that it goes up to like 200. But SPY ripping, QQQ ripping hard. CoreWeave, yeah. AI stocks, man, the AI stocks. I made the post yesterday. Those posts precede bottoms. When I start talking about the AI, don't worry about it. The AI trade is not over. Is not. Just be careful. If you're long on anything, I think it all still looks good. This is a structural breakout on the QQQ that should take you up to around 685. It's all green lit. Tesla is green lit. You probably want to get over previous day high, but your move is up to like 315. Nvidia, your target is previous day high. Apple is just bear flagging. Alphabet looks pretty bad here off of that rejection. Amazon's kind of at resistance. And Microsoft is trying to figure out if it has any more juice in the tank. It would be incredible for Microsoft to take another 2% leg up. It really would be incredible. It'd be like the biggest day in Microsoft in probably a very long time. Google rejecting hard. I don't have too much longer, guys, because I don't normally. It was pretty last minute. I don't normally build my schedule around these morning lives. Oops, just deleted something I shouldn't have deleted. What was that? That was my dashboard. Cannot run without the dashboard, guys. Fantastic looks. Long, stay strong by the dips. That was sort of the bias today. It worked. By the dips in strength. Strength has stayed strong. Micron is at 860. 860. A really nice hold on the QQQ. What just happened to my screens? Did that bug out for you guys too? Oh. Today might be a good day to sell some calls on APLD. I think you may be right. Today might be a really good day to sell calls. I think you want to be a little careful selling too much premium this week, just because, like, again, there's real gap up risk. Gapping up into a more macro, like, weekly structural lower high. Yeah, we absolutely can continue tomorrow. And if we close up here today, the base case will be that we gap up and continue tomorrow. It's a good idea to buy SPY puts like a week out. I guess. Oh, look at that. Look at this. 40% today. 40% off the lows. All right, guys. I love you all. I hope everybody made some money. Stay long, stay strong. You need real. The bears need to come in, and you'll know. I guess the easiest way to say that is you will know when it's time to. You'll know when this is getting tired. It'll show you. It'll be pretty clear. You'll start breaking some serious structure, and then the bids will stop getting bought. So, you'll start to make lower highs. When you start to see lower highs, and volume is coming into the downside, it's time to really sort of cool the jets and consider where we're at on the charts. There is gap up and gap down risk all over this market right now. So be really careful. Big night tonight. Let's go Amazon. I mean, Amazon with a good report and in this market can really be off to the races. Like I expect, just to put into perspective, I expect Amazon to raise guidance for their CapEx spend for 2027 to somewhere around 250 to 300 billion. That is it'd be a 50% raise. That's the acceleration I've been talking about a lot on these infrastructure stuff. CapEx acceleration, that would be accelerating the CapEx growth, which is crazy. I think they're going to do it. Google did it. Google raised to where Amazon's current guidance is. I think Amazon's going to be like, nope, we're gonna raise it again. And you have Apple as well, who their new CEO has already talked. It's probably why Apple's selling off today, because their CEO has already talked about over the past couple of weeks, or months really, since his appointment, that he's going to think about capex spend and being a little bit more aggressive spending money. Apple's been a defensive. It's probably, I mean, it is the down move here. Apple service now, a lot of these things, probably Netflix. I haven't looked at Netflix today, but I imagine it's probably down. Yeah, look at that, it's tanking. So all of the stuff that was working, these cash flow defensive tech names, they're going to be the ones that rotate out and into the infrastructure stocks for as long as this rally lasts. Ride the momentum. The chips look ridiculous. AMD's about to take out 500. Micron might be going back to 1,000. It's, I mean, it could happen tonight, is the way this market goes. And so be really careful, guys. Don't be over leveraged in either direction. Buy conviction, and don't get shaken out on the lows. Like, I think that's if anybody learned anything from the past couple of days, don't get shaken out on the lows, but also cash is going to be really important. If we gap down come Friday, we're going to be sitting there Friday afternoon in power hour, and I'm going to be thinking, man, if we learned anything from Wednesday, it's to not over leverage into dead cat bounces. Like, that may be the lesson that the market is going to teach people this week. Don't make that a lesson that gets taught to you. All right, guys, control your position size, control your risk, and I got to figure out how to close this meeting. I have no idea how to do it. Expand. Mike does the Weeble setups. He's got like a whole thing on that. I think like a whole video on it. Let me know if you want like scalp coaching, scalp training. Is kind of more what I focus on, and longer term kind of portfolio construction for people that may need it. Let me know how you guys did. I see a lot of likes. I see a lot of thumbs. I hope that's the video popping off. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I'm giving you all thumbs up and the classic salute. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.